Hello and welcome to Get Your Shit Together. I'm your host, Belen, and thank you for being here. This is going to be episode 5, and I am about to head to the airport. So I wanted to record a quick episode because I'm headed to LA for the next 4 days, and I don't get back till Sunday evening, and I want this puppy to go out on Monday. So before I dive into today's episode, I thought I would just quickly kind of run you guys by my schedule today and how I prep for a flight. And I can definitely get into a whole episode on this, but I thought it would be kind of interesting for you guys to learn how I go about prepping for my day and before my flight. So I typically take the 6:30 a.m. flight into LA because it gets me there at 7:30 in the morning. But this trip I didn't need to be there super early. So I'm taking the 12:40. So I can have a morning here. My routine isn't too off and I can still get a lot done. And I still get into LA at 2 since they're 2 hours behind, which is great. So last night, just a couple things I did so that this morning wasn't so overwhelming for me. And for instance, I loaded the dishwasher. So that got cleaned at night. I tidied up last night, which I do every single night anyways, but I even more tidied up. So that was done. I made yesterday, I usually prep some food for Alejandro because if I don't, he doesn't eat. So I prepped some food last night when I made dinner. And then this morning when I woke up, while I was feeding Fiona, I unloaded the dishwasher, I boiled some water, I made some pasta for Alejandro, and I was multitasking at the same time. I woke up a little bit earlier than usual. I set an alarm last night, which I don't typically do because I like to wake up naturally. But I wanted to get a lot done. I wanted to get in a workout. I just kind of wanted to fine tune a couple things with my packing and take Fiona out and just still have a little bit of my routine. Since the second I hit LA later, I'm going to be nonstop for the next 4 days. And so, yeah, I did all that. I took Fiona, I got back, I did a quick workout. While I was working out, I answered emails, I did a blog post, multitask. It's all about multitasking and being as efficient as possible so that I can set myself up for a great day ahead. I got in my steps. I just feel good going into my day, my flight. Fiona, on the other hand, is not thrilled about any of this. And I made smoothie for the next 3 days for Alejandro. So I just did a lot this morning. So I'm feeling really great right now. And on top of it, I can record an episode. So just wanted to quickly kind of give the rundown of how I set my day up when I travel. Of course, I got gas yesterday so that I don't have to worry about that today. And yeah, I'm all ready to go. So today's episode is all about how to become a morning person. So last week I asked you guys some topics, which by the way, thank you so much. You sent over some amazing ones. And this was a very common question, how to become a morning person. And I definitely want to start off by saying, I think it's important that you ask yourself, why you want to become a morning person, because there are some people who truly function better in the evening. I'm absolutely not one of those people. But there are people that do get a lot more done in the evening. So I think kind of asking yourself, is it because of work? Is it because I want to get more done? Or you genuinely just want to enjoy the morning time more? Kind of ask yourself those questions, because then I think it takes a little bit of pressure off of I have to become this person. As I say every week, it's, daily habits that become weekly habits that become monthly, yearly, and the lifestyle. So definitely, if that is something that, you want to become a morning person, just kind of gently ask yourself, what are the reasons for this? Obviously, I completely encourage being a morning person. I think mornings are incredible. And you can get so much done. Versus in the evening, I just feel like once it's dark, it's a game over. But that's me. So that being said, a couple tips I can give for becoming a morning person. Creating a morning routine and an evening routine, which I will also get into that in a separate episode, is very important. I think creating something to look forward to when you wake up is huge. And it can be such a small habit, task. It can be as simple as you preparing your coffee Or maybe it's you like to go get your coffee at a local coffee shop or Starbucks, whatever it is. So creating a morning routine is very important. So for me, I think I've talked about my morning routine before, but I wake up before Alejandro and I have like my time outside. He has his time in the bedroom. Like we kind of like to have our own space in the morning. And, I make my coffee, I feed Fiona, I journal, I read, and I kind of just have a slow morning to myself. I don't check my phone for now the first hour. Then I will like kind of look at my emails, a little bit of social, but I kind of save that now for when I'm on the treadmill. Like I really treasure my morning routine and I look forward to it the night before. So creating some kind of morning routine is really important. I think that will encourage you and get you excited for the morning. And of course, that can also be, working out. That for me, that's also part of my morning routine. I get in my steps with Fiona, and then afterwards I'll go into the gym and I'll do like a circuit, Pilates, whatever I'm in the mood for that day. So that is definitely my first tip, is to create a morning routine that you look forward to. And a PM routine, because that will get you into bed earlier, which therefore will help you wake up earlier. So for instance, like my PM routine, which I'll get into a little bit more as I dive into this episode, is something I also look forward to every evening. So the next tip I want to give is to set a new wake up and bedtime schedule for yourself. So let's say you typically go to sleep at midnight, start going to bed gradually or earlier, like even 30 minutes earlier, like get to bed at 11:30 and then 11 and then 10. I personally get into bed at 9:30. I love sleep. I love being in bed. It's like my wind down time. I don't necessarily go to sleep at 9:30. By like 10:15, 10:30, I'm 99% sleeping. So if you kind of start gradually shifting your bedtime, you're going to wake up earlier because you're going to bed earlier. So it's like this counter effect. So you will go to bed earlier, you'll wake up earlier, and it kind of will slowly start to just become a new habit of you waking up earlier. And then you're going to start waking up early on the weekends, and you're going to be like, I fucking hate Belen. But you know what? You can enjoy your weekend more. Another thing that you can do is, if you do have to have an alarm, set it across the room. Like, don't have it on your nightstand so that you are not tempted to hit snooze. You'll actually have to get up and like kind of get your body going. And that's something that can be very helpful, especially if you are somebody who likes to snooze. Second tip is, I would definitely really make natural light exposure like a priority. So this is a tricky one for me because I personally need absolute darkness when I go to sleep. I need blackout curtains. And as you know, I've been traveling so much and I'm staying in hotels or I'm staying with like friends. They don't have blackout curtains necessarily. So it's kind of like adapted me to wake up even more earlier with natural light, but it is a really nice way to wake up. So if you do have the option of leaving your blinds a little bit open or your curtains just a tad open, waking up to natural light is so amazing. And if you can even like go to your patio or open up your windows and let some like natural sun even hit your face for some vitamin D, that will boost you immediately, and you will be like awake and feel good and be excited that you're up early in the morning. But the light exposure is huge, natural light. And for winding down that evening, definitely no bright lights. Bright lights are very stimulating and they're just like awful in general. We have these really amazing we have these lights that change colors. They're by Philip. Amazon has them. Home Depot has their own version, but I can control it from my phone and I can do any color. And our lights are always red at night in the bedroom because red is very calming and it helps you kind of like wind down, and it's like kind of like gets you ready to go to sleep. So dim lighting, if you can't get one of those light bulbs that changes colors, have lighting very dim. Like, don't have bright lights on. Don't have like your TV blasting. Like, that is very stimulating and it's going to not help you fall asleep as calmly and easily as you would like to. So morning, natural light, nighttime, dim lights, or like I said, I mean, you can literally get the light bulbs. You can get red light bulbs on Amazon for like $4 and just switch them out into your little nightstand lights will make a humongous difference. And let's see. So the next one is caffeine intake. I personally have 1 cup of coffee a day. Every now and then I'll have a matcha, maybe around noon if I'm craving it or I just kind of am in the mood for it. But limiting your caffeine is going to be huge too, because if you're drinking a 5 o'clock caffeine, that is in your system. So your body is not ready to go to bed at 10. Not to mention just caffeine in general just like fucks up your system. And then you're like constantly crashing and then you're taking something to feel better. So if you can really get better with your caffeine intake in the morning, have your cup of coffee, make sure you're drinking enough water as well so that you're hydrated, but really don't have caffeine past, I would say 2 p.m. latest, because it's in your system for 5 to 6 hours. So if you're kind of wanting to wind down, it's going to be more difficult because you've got caffeine in your system. And upping your water intake is only going to not only hydrate you, make your skin look better, it's going to make your body overall much more calm than like caffeine. And trust me, I used to drink so much coffee until I literally burned a hole in my stomach and I could not drink coffee for like 2 years. So do not be like me. Limit your coffee. Next tip, moving your body. Obviously, you guys know I'm huge on this. I exercise every day, whether it's a walk or it's, more intense workout, but moving your body and getting it into a habit of exercising also really creates a great way for your body to want to rest, to want to get to sleep. And like you've exercised your body, your mind, and your body is going to feel so much better. And therefore it's going to get into a much better sleeping habit. And that will create a way more balanced day-to-day for you and becoming a morning person. I love working out in the morning. Of course, no, some people can't do this. They have to work out at night, which is okay too, because it will definitely, you'll sleep hard if you work out in the evening. But if you can do it in the morning, I highly suggest it, because like it just boosts your energy and you're going to look forward to it and you kind of set yourself up for the day. Because also remember, if you are working out in the morning, you are setting yourself up to also make better, healthier choices when it comes to eating, which is another tip I have on here to become a morning person. But you're going to create better habits throughout the day too. And you're definitely probably not going to reach for that 5 o'clock coffee. You're going to reach for your water, or maybe you'll add some lemon, or, just like a healthier option than versus caffeine. And if you set up yourself in the morning with the workout, like I said, you're going to be just feeling better overall throughout the day and making much better choices with food, with caffeine, exercise, and also just like maybe going home instead of going out for drinks after dinner, because that's also going to fuck up your sleep, which is my next tip, alcohol. Limit your alcohol also. It's the later you drink, it's going to affect your sleep, which of course ties into food. We eat at like 6:30 every night. Like when we have a 9 p.m. dinner, we're so devastated, because if you go to bed with a heavy stomach, you do not sleep well. Literally, Alejandro has nightmares sometimes when he eats late. He gets the sweats, but then again, he eats cheese. So that's a different story. But the later, like if you can avoid eating heavy and late at night, that will be such a game changer for your digestive system and such a game changer when you're going to bed. Because when you're sleeping, your body is restoring itself. And it's like, if you're going to bed, if you ate at 9 and you're going to bed at 10, your stomach is like full, food is here and it's not working correctly. Trust me, can be a challenge if you eat at 6, because sometimes at 9 I'm like starving. And by the way, if I'm hungry, I'll reach for some grapes. I'll reach for something light, but I'm not reaching for chips and I'm not reaching for like something that's going to kind of fuck up my sleep, because to me, my sleep is way more important than having like a midnight snack. So avoiding eating heavy, humongous game changer. Of course, there's going to be exceptions. There might be a dinner, there might be an event, but you can control how much you're going to be eating and like how heavy it's going to be. Because trust me, if you do not eat late at night, you're going to sleep so much better. Same with the alcohol. If you are not drinking 2 hours before bed, 3 hours before bed, you're going to sleep much more calm and much better. Not to mention you're not going to wake up hungover, and there's just so many other things that go into not eating late and drinking late. And also just limit your intake of alcohol, especially the first like 2 weeks that you're trying to become a morning person. So again, avoid eating 3 to 4 hours before you go to bed. You're going to feel so great. And replace, that glass of wine. And again, have that glass of wine at 6. Just like I'm saying, like, don't have it at 10 p.m. in bed. Replace it with tea. I love drinking tea throughout the day, but I really love it at night. I drink a detox tea or a peppermint tea, and it really helps create a nice evening routine, which is what I'm going to go into next. And like, I look forward to, after I make dinner or watching a movie or TV, I'll make us tea. And like, you have your tea, and sometimes I'll wait like even like 45 minutes, an hour after we eat, just in case like I am starting to get a little hungry. I'll have tea, and that will help me feel a little bit more full so that I'm not going to bed having cravings or wanting like something in the pantry that's really not going to serve me. So for me, I like to wind down. I have my tea. I put the red lights on in the bedroom, and I do my like skincare. I put on a diffuser. I close the curtains. Like, I just create this like nice evening routine for myself. And trust me, Alejandro was not a morning person for years. And it was like, it sucked because I would want to go to sleep by like 10:30, and he would be like on his laptop till 1 a.m. And gradually over the years, he finally got on my schedule. And now like we're two peas in a pod. We're so old. We like get in bed at 9:30. We're all excited, and like our red lights are on, and it's like we can't wait to like have a restful night of sleep. So after I create this nice routine for myself, I get into bed. My phone's on night mode. I'm not on it. I'm not distracted by it. I'll read. If Alejandro has a show on his laptop, I'll like watch it with him. And I have a couple supplements that I really do like to take. One of them is magnesium. Magnesium is incredible for sleep. It's natural. It has so many benefits to it. So you can either take it in a form of powder. There's a brand called Calm. I really like it. You can add it into your tea. Or there's like a spray, and I sometimes use a spray. Like, you can put it on your feet. You can put it on like your chest. And it's like, I think it's like 10 to 12, maybe it's 12 to 15 sprays. And it's just a natural supplement that helps you calm yourself and go to sleep naturally. Of course, there's tons of CBD, which can help you fall asleep very, very well too, calmly. It has melatonin. So there's all these natural ways to help kind of wind your brain down and your body down. There's also sleepy tea. You can also make a banana tea, which I used to make all the time for Alejandro when he was having trouble sleeping. So there's lots of different ways that you can kind of wind down your brain. And if you're someone who's anxious when you go to sleep, which I completely understand because that's kind of when my brain kind of likes to go off, journal. I have the 5-minute gratitude journal. It's 5 minutes. I'll write down at night. And if I'm still feeling like my mind is kind of going, I'll write down a little bit more on like a notepad, or I'll send myself an email like, okay, get this done in the morning if this is like what's on your mind, so that I'm going to bed knowing I can't do anything right now. I need to sleep. So I sent myself maybe an email, or I wrote down on like a sticky notepad to do for tomorrow. And maybe it's like, maybe it's something as, oh my God. Maybe it's something as simple as like order avocados, order bananas, whatever it is that's kind of like making my brain go. I will write it down so that I'm like, okay, it's 10 p.m. I can't do anything about this. I will deal with it in the morning. So those little things help wind me down, set myself up for a great night of sleep. And I'll sleep 7 to 8 hours, sometimes 9. And obviously there are nights where I'm like tossing and turning because I'm thinking about something. I won't go on my phone. I won't like do any of those things. I'll just calm my mind and just ask myself, can I do anything right now? It's 2 a.m. No, you can't. Go back to sleep. So those little things help. And if you start creating these habits in the evening, it will help you wake up in the morning, and you will naturally become a morning person. And it's not going to happen overnight. So like, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Do little tweaks. Don't eat late at night. Have tea instead of wine. Prioritize, having natural light come in and creating that morning routine to look forward to. These small things will help so much to, become a morning person. And a morning person's awesome. Like, sometimes when I get back from traveling from LA, like, well, not when I travel to LA, I'm still waking up Austin time and I'm like, God, this is so fucking amazing. I'm waking up at 6. I feel good. I went to sleep early. I can do all these things. Like I can work out, go on a walk, get emails done all by like 9 a.m. So it's just a really great feeling, and you accomplish so much so early in the day, and that leaves you, room for activities and hobbies and anything that you want to do. So little by little, you will get there. And like I said, just do one of these things every day. And, if you're listening to this on Monday and you want to wake up Tuesday morning a little bit earlier, go to bed 30 minutes early, don't eat heavy, have some detox tea at night and dim your lights and, get excited about what you're going to do in the morning. Maybe you're going to grind your coffee beans or you're going to make yourself celery juice, whatever that's going to be. Get excited, even if it's a 5-minute task that's going to make you feel good. Because at the end of the day, it's little things that bring us joy. And if waking up early is going to bring you joy, then, challenge yourself the night before and go to bed 30 minutes early. Don't go on your phone. Read, journal. And I hope this is helpful. And let me know if you would like me to dive more into a morning and evening routine, which I am totally happy to do. And thank you guys for listening. Please make sure to like, subscribe, rate, and be following me on Instagram, which is at Style by Belen. And I do have a YouTube video coming next week on how I packed. So I'm going to get going with more YouTube videos as well. So thank you guys. Have a great week, and I will see you guys next week.